for that. My apologies for that. That's what happened. We went under a serious attack. I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming, but this message must be preached, and I cannot fail. It's just that it has affected my time frame, but we must continue. We must continue. It affected my time, but as long as we have fixed the problem, let me confirm again that we have fixed this problem. I believe we have fixed this problem, and it is not going to affect us again. It is a challenge we face one of the days, and I believe it will not affect me again. Let me confirm that what we are doing is coming out. If we are coming out, we are good to go. So, great Biafrans all over the world, and my apologies once again for that cut. It just happened suddenly. It happened suddenly. If I tell you exactly what happened, it is actually, it will surprise you. What happened will surprise you, but there is no time for the stories. It is time to continue. So what I was saying, when we're talking about the infiltrators today, what you see about the infiltrators, they know that there is a kind of revolution movement going on in Biafra land, and what they are doing is calling for sit at home to stop that movement, to stop that protest. That is exactly the reason why they have called for sit at home today. And then number two of the reason why they call for sit at home today is they are testing their popularity to see if they are still, leading their gullibles. That is exactly what they are doing. In case if you are not aware, that is what they are doing. So that you will not be moved, you will not be deceived. We take our orders from one channel, and that channel is from the DOS, led by Mazen Namdekano. Because when you hear from the DOS, you hear from Mazen Namdekano. And the reason why this struggle is still up and running today, it is because of the activities of the DOS. If not the DOS, the enemy will rubbish this struggle, and all the enemy wants is for them to be enriching themselves one way or the other, regardless of who gets hurt, as long as they are enriching themselves. And another reason why they also may have called this sit at home, to see if their alliance with the ones they said they have aligned with, to see if it is indeed working. But one thing everybody that is in that Biafra land should understand: whenever you decide to align with the enemy of the struggle, you are calling a big problem for yourself. You are calling a doom on yourself. That is exactly what I can advise you. Be you whichever group you are, anytime you decide to align with these people, you are calling on death on you. Because these are the people who will bring you in the middle of the road, and they will call the rain to fall on you. These are the people who will send you with a salt, and they will call the rain to fall on you, because they are enemies. We have enemies, just like Mazen Namdekano said, both external and within. And that is the enemy that you have seen been fighting the struggle for the last 12 months, ever since they sold Mazen Namdekano. And those enemies, you will be surprised. You will be surprised when you know all their networks. You see a lot of things are coming out recently. A lot of things are coming out recently. They claim they are your spokesperson, but they did not know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to be transferred to Kuje prison. And these terrorists who broke the Kuje prison supposed to destroy Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kuje prison. If not for the DOS, who rejected and said instead of him being transferred, he must be released. I don't even know the reason why they did not make that open. They did not make it available for people to know about it. But I got that as an intel. But at the end of all these things, this person that you call your spokesperson, or that call himself your spokesperson, that is gallivanting, using your money to drive car, using your money to live large. And there is a question I want to ask all of you. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was doing this struggle, many of you were calling him to give accounts. Many of you were calling him for audit. Many of you were calling him to tell us where our money is going. Many of you were doing this. Why aren't you people doing it to somebody that came from the sky and say that he is your spokesperson and start raising fund? If I tell you, he talks about Eastern Security Network that he's raising fund for. If I tell you, of course you will not believe it, because you people are the people who your mind, once they position your mind in somewhere, your mind is positioned. Before your mind will come out of it, that is the problem you are having in that Nigeria you see today. Because they position your mind, condition your mind that you must continue to suffer, you must continue to go through poverty, you must continue to go through killings, dehumanized, and you will not complain. You will say, to the extent, sometimes you will say, when we were kids, we used to go and fetch water in the stream, and we are climbing the mountain. It was fun. That is not fun. That is suffering and smiling. It was not fun. And you were positioned to enjoy all these things. You were not positioned to challenge the situation that placed you there anymore. And that is the reason why you cannot see the bigger picture. That is the reason why you cannot see your enemy. That is the reason why you cannot recognize good from evil. Because a lot of you people are like minor today. You don't know the difference between good and evil. You don't know the difference between help and destruction. That is the reason why so many of you still see people in the likes of these politicians that they will fix Nigeria. That is exactly what is going on. You will see politicians believing they will fix Nigeria because you cannot distinguish good from evil. You cannot distinguish, you can't actually differentiate, something that is a perpetual. You're placing yourself on perpetual punishment. You can't differentiate that this person there is no change in them because they are of the devil. They can never change. That is the reason why whoever that is lenient to you, whoever that is helping you, whoever that is fighting for your love, for your safety, whoever that is fighting for you, you will turn back against that person. And the people that are killing you, the people that are destroying you, you will turn to them. And you will say, there are many people I have engaged. You will find out that some people, that come out of Nigeria, they don't have sense. They don't have sense. This is not issue about autopilot and this. This in the general terms of what we are fighting, we are up against. You find out that some people they don't have sense. Ordinary people, you will ask them, why did you run away from this Nigeria that you are promoting? Why did you run away from it? That today you are in abroad, you are in Europe. Why did you run? Why were you running? Or you be in America. Why are you running? They don't know. They say it's bad governance. They say it's bad this, bad that. But they will tell you, I'm a Nigerian. They will tell you, I am a Nigerian. So if you are a Nigerian, you run away from Nigeria system because of the activities of Nigeria system. Tomorrow you will come and be proud and say, I am a Nigerian. We are just hoping and praying for good governance. In the last 63 years, what have you been hoping and praying for? Good governance. The next 1 century, what will you be hoping and praying for if you're still there? Good governance. Because you can never get good governance, for goodness sake. As long as Nigeria is concerned, and as long as that mentality of you who cannot distinguish good from evil, you cannot understand that the infiltrators came to destroy the struggle, you cannot understand that the infiltrators come to kill you, you cannot understand that these infiltrators are the people like those youth that are going for money ritual. Regardless of who gets caught up in this mess, they don't care. As long as money is in their pockets and they are acting like they are the ones calling the shots. That is the reason why they are there. If so many of you cannot reason and pick up your pieces from where you left off and go to where your loyalty is supposed to be, today that they start calling for sit at home. When people are trying to protest to disband the killer machine that these cabals sent into your land through Dave Umahi and Hope Uzodema, and they're calling you to go and sit at home. And you believe, no, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now because I have to sit at home. You are a coward. You are, this is like, this reminds me of NSAS protest. The strategies they used. Open a warehouse where there is rice and, is it rice and macaroni or rice and spaghetti? That is the same thing. The way to stop this protest that you started, to end this battle, somebody call for sit at home. Are you seeing the analogy? Are you seeing the analogy of what is going on? And when they come shouting that Ebube is killing you, Ebube is doing this, they are not shouting that Ebube is killing you because they care. They do not care. They are screaming that Ebube is killing you because the next time they will tell you that we have to raise fund. They will not say Ebube is killing you because they care. They are telling you that they are actually giving you a fake sympathy. This is exactly what is going on. Remember, all these things, shenanigans that you are seeing. Who is, the person that you call your spokesperson? He is a politician, right? He is a politician trying to find a way to build his profile, trying to use, what he's doing? For you to go into Nigeria politics, you need to act like you are against it first. That's what he's doing. You need to act like you are against it first. You need to make yourself known to go into Nigeria politics. And that is what you are seeing today. Instead of somebody who call himself your sympathizer, that they are killing you, to come and encourage you to take it to the street. Make sure before you will leave the street, Ebube must be disbanded. Rather, they are telling you to go home and sit. Ever since they started preaching sit at home, what has it done? What impact has it done in this struggle? Nothing. Instead of them telling you to go home, they're supposed to encourage you. They're supposed to encourage you, but instead of encouraging you, they are telling you to go and sit at home. They are telling you to go and sit at home. And tomorrow, somebody will come and tell you that autopilot all the way. You wouldn't use something and bust the face of that idiot that is telling you autopilot all the way. Instead of encouraging you, without what happened in Lekki Tollgate, SARS is supposed to be killing you. And that is the reason why they replace SARS with Ebube, because SARS must be a killing machine in the eastern region of Zoological Republic called Nigeria. If there is. There must be a killing machine in Biafra land. That is the reason why once they remove one, they bring another. They introduce another. A fraternity. Ebube is a fraternity created by Devil Mahi and Hope Uzodoma. That is the reason why you find in their states they are the place where Ebube is present. Because both of them, they are, of course, members of fraternity. You will not understand what is going on. These people, to kill people is nothing for them. You see, Devil Mahi and Hope Uzodoma, to kill people is nothing for them. That is the reason why the cabal chose them. The cabal chose them. Why do you think they chose them? In the border of Ebonyi State, you know, these criminals, terrorists can easily come into the eastern region. In the border of Ebonyi State, terrorists can easily come in through that border. In Imo State, there is oil there. There is oil there which is supposed to be taken over by the cabals. That is exactly what is going on. In those regions where they place this, you know, killing machine as your governors, you know what? There is a reason. It is a strategic point that they need in order to achieve what they are looking for in Biafra land. There are strategic points that they need to achieve what they are looking for. When people got burnt, more than 1,000 people got burnt where they are doing bunkering. Was it not part of Imo State that people got burnt? More than 1,000 people got burnt where they were doing bunkering. Do you know what happened there? Under a gunpoint, somebody set that place ablaze. That's why not even a motorcycle came out. Are you paying attention? Under a gunpoint, somebody set that place ablaze. It was the military, the terrorists in military uniform. They went there and set the place ablaze. Killed more than 1,000, and they came and tell you it is 100 or 200. That's what they reported to you, right? Where are the postmortems? Where are the investigations to see what happened there? Was any investigation conducted? If they were conducted, why did they not make it public? Because they purposely roasted Biafrans alive there. Because that is where they are making money. If you have not made things available for these people to survive, and they are doing bunkering, you cannot blame them. Everybody must survive, one way or the other. Why did this thing not happen in 2012? Do you know the reason why it will not happen in 2012? In 2012, do you know what is going on in 2012? The unemployment rate is less than 4% in 2012. Unemployment rate was less than 4%. Are you paying attention? In 2015, the unemployment rate was 4.31%. in that zoo you call Nigeria, the unemployment rate during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. Are you paying attention? Unemployment rate was in 2015 4.13%. 4.31%, sorry. 4.31%. That was unemployment rate. Now you ask yourself, in the Fulani cabal or Fulani Buhari, what is the unemployment rate today? Unemployment rate today is what? 33%. 33% for crying out loud is your unemployment rate. Now let's do some mathematics here. Let's do some mathematics because there is a saying that they say if you take a tick out of a dog, show that dog the tick so that it will not, the dog will not feel like you hurt the dog for no reason. Let's do some calculations. Some calculation, very, very simple one. Now, 33% of people are unemployed in Nigeria, according to the statistics they give to us, because this might not be original statistics, because you know what comes out of that country. What comes out of that country is, what is unimaginable. Let's do some mathematics here. Now, there is 200 million people in Nigeria. 33% of 200 million. 33% of 200 million people. 66 million people are living in abject poverty in Nigeria. 66 million people. And now, this number is a number that can make two countries in some part of Europe. A number that can make two countries. There is a country called Lesotho in the SADC region of Africa. Lesotho, in SADC region of Africa. How many are there in number? I think there are 5 million. They are 5 million in number. But 66 million people in Nigeria are living in abject poverty. And when people go to do bunkering, they surrounded them under gunpoint, set them ablaze, so that you will never go there again to make money. Because what they continue to do is to make sure that you are living in that poverty which they want you to be. You will continue to live in that poverty which they want you to continue to live in. You can never breathe. It takes a human being to breathe. You are not a human being. You can't breathe. Will you tell me these statistics, the numbers, they lie? The numbers, they lie. These statistics you see today, the numbers, they lie. 66 million. It is not only the people that are unemployed. If I must be, if I am to now calculate this according to the statistics that we experience in Nigeria, if we have to put it together, I can categorically tell you that more than 150 million people are unemployed in Nigeria. More than 150 million people are unemployed in Nigeria. If I can tell you, if I don't want to follow these statistics, they told you 33%, 66 million. 66 million is more than two countries. They are unemployed. A country that can leave 66 million people unemployed, why do you think that the crime rate will not go high? Why do you think that people will not look for a way of survival? Because so many people will now tell us that there is too many crime in the eastern region of Nigeria. The reason why there are many crime in the eastern region of Nigeria, do you know why? Because the eastern region of Nigeria are, it's almost all of them that are unemployed. Let's check in the military. If you check the chief of army staff, chief of police, chief of navy, civil defense, who are all these people? They are from the north. When they are from the north, who are they going to push first to get employment in all these positions, or in their, if they want to recruit new members? Of course, they will put their people first. That is exactly what is going on. I am having a call. Let me invite this our sister. Probably she has something to say. Let me invite her for some minute and hear from what you have to say before we proceed. The caller on the line, we are not taking a call, but I know that you have very important something to say. So go on.
No. Are you online?
Yes, I am online. Okay. All right. So, of course, she's not calling for the program. So, it is very, very important. It is very, very important. The reason why I always like to pick a call is because if she's following the program, she will understand. She will have something formidable to say, because two good heads are better than one, of course. So, continuing where we stopped, Nigeria placed the eastern region in abject poverty. That is the reason why. Let me be honest with you. Today you say, according to the statistics, people from the eastern region, they produce millionaire and billionaire and trillionaire, even zillionaires. According to you and your statistics in that Nigeria, they will tell you that the eastern region, which is Biafrans, they are producing millionaires every year, every day. That they are the people who are doing everything. How were they produced? Most of these millionaires, how were they produced? They are political millionaires. True or false? And that is the reason why when we are doing things to elevate the poor masses, when we are preaching to elevate people who are in abject poverty, they are not interested. Because they are political millionaires. That is what it is. We know that our people are working hard. They are working hard, but you cannot tell me that people you place in poverty, you come and be giving statistics that they are billionaires, and you will use it to judge the reason why you don't give them employment. Because that's exactly where I want to take our mind out of. They will tell you that there are billionaires. You say these people are not getting employment. These people are not in any positions in the country or in the security of the country. These people are millionaires. They don't need it. No. Start coming out of that. Because what they are doing, they are trying to make it look like you people are okay. You people are sorted. But how many of you are sorted that people are looking forward to do money ritual, including children of 2000? Children who are born in 2000, the years 2000, they are looking forward to do money ritual. Little children, just to make money, just to take their family away from poverty. While at it, they will forget that they will not remember that, because they just want to make money. Now you begin to ask yourself, those who are talking about Tinubu, Sifa Tinubu, Asirofa, there are many of our people in the southwest, which are the Yorubas. Some of them, they will tell you Tinubu do this, Tinubu do that in Lagos. And do you know what you practice in Africa or in Nigeria? Partisan politics. Do you know what is partisan politics? They have a modus operandi. And in that their modus operandi, you need to adopt one system of leadership. That is something you must understand. You must adopt one system of leadership. And their system of leadership is dictatorship. Their system of leadership is terrorism. Their system of leadership is killing, displacement, poverty on you while enriching the evil. Their system of leadership is to make sure that they release criminals and integrate them, and they imprison the innocent people and kill the innocent. That is their system of leadership. When you come to PDP, their system of leadership is embezzlement. That is how it is. Their system of leadership, embezzlement. Embezzle, embezzle, embezzle. Give them hope. Tomorrow it will be better. Tomorrow everything will be okay. That is their system of leadership. Are you paying attention? You can never take away their modus operandi as a party. They have a constitution. They have something that guides them. Whenever you are gone into a position, you must follow this rule. Until we stop partisan politics in Africa, Africa will never go anywhere. Now, when you come to, I don't know about the Labour Party, that you say Peter Obi is governing. They have never been a Nigeria president, or they never led Nigeria. But those ones that I know, I am telling you, does not mean that I am ruling Peter Obi out from corruption. But his corruption, we notice it on the state level. The corruption of this Labour Party, we saw it in the state level, but we haven't seen it in the federal level. The ones we see in the federal level is the ones we are giving you their statistics. And the reason why we are presenting the statistics to you is for you to know politics is taking you nowhere. But there must be a revolution in politics. If there be a revolution in politics, that comes a revolution in the whole of the contraption. And it is only a revolution that will destroy this, be it amalgamation. Because that is when revolution happens. That is when the owners of the country will start stamping authority. Because so many of you does not know what is this revolution. The owners of the country, the indigenous people, will now start stamping authorities and say, no, referendum must take place. That is a revolution. So that revolution is going to start with federal politics. And that is what is about to take place, because the reason why it is going to take place is because the cabals is trying to, declare Islamic State in 2023. While Igbo presidency is telling you that it is Igbo presidency or nothing. Pay attention to the analysis before you quote me out of context, because you don't like to listen. You don't like to pay attention. The people, cabals in the north, are calling for Islamic State. And you know, of course, this Islamic State will come. Of course, when APC come back to power, or when PDP come back to power, it will come. If eventually Labour Party come back to power, if they try to block it, they will give them what is called condition. That condition will be, you will be our slave. You do what we want, but we will place you there. If you agree, you sign. We can deploy military anywhere we want. If you agree, we sign. We can do whatever we want in anything. If you agree, we sign, we place you there, just like Hope Uzodimma and Dave Oman. That is the reason why you see Dave Oman, he's not supporting your candidate in the Igbo presidency. They will not support it because the cabals is telling them to push so that they will get original cabals. The one they have won their souls already. The ones that is already there for them. I am not saying that one is not there for them. He's already there. He's also there for them. But we are checking the statistics. What does the statistics say? Now, coming back to it, if eventually you refuse to agree with them, they will rig the election. That is the process that they are going through right now that so many of you might not be aware of. The process, if you refuse to agree with them, they will rig the election. Igbo presidency dream gone. Now, when they rig the election, of course, you people will say, when they rig the election, now you have seen that you don't belong. You are not part of IFA alone in Nigeria. And we've been telling you you don't want to agree with it. Now you will see that you are not part of IFA alone. Now, you might begin to speak the language of Ojukwu. Are you now seeing how the revolution is going to take place? Because they know that if you do not agree with them, they will rig the election. And when they rig the election, it is to Islamize the whole of that contraption. When they Islamize the whole of the contraption, some of you will say, you will speak the language of Ojukwu in 1967. And that is exactly what we are waiting for you to speak. And that is the reason why I am telling you, anybody who will come and tell you, no election in Biafra land, that person is a criminal. He has collected money from APC government. Because he wants to make their job easy. He wants to make their job easy. Their manipulation job, because what they do is to continue to manipulate you. Manipulation approach is the reason why you are still in poverty that you are in Nigeria today. Believe it or not. It is the manipulation approach that they are using against you. That is the reason why you are in abject poverty. That is the reason why that when they ask you to jump, you ask them, how high are you going to jump? Are you satisfied or should I jump more? Because of the manipulation approach. So they will use somebody to tell them, make sure that you keep preaching no election in Biafra land. When you are preaching no election in Biafra land, when Fulani now, when the election comes up, Fulani will rig it. When Fulani rigs it, they will tell you it is obvious there was no vote in Biafra land. Therefore, now jihadist is going to come back to power. When jihadists, of course, Atiku is not part of Ifanal. Jihadist is coming back to power. And Jagaban is ready to. Jagaban is somebody I call World Bank. He is World Bank. He will bribe anybody to make sure that he will continue to preach there is no election in Biafra land. But we are still following that tale. We are following it. The approach is going to move. Are they going to make a move? They are planning on making a move. They are in talk. But I can assure you, this time around, when it happens, we are going to grab it. We are going to grab it. If you look at it, I've been telling you, giving you a hint of this. I've been giving you a hint of this. You might not understand it, but I am going to bring it out when it happens. And everybody will be surprised. Because when it happens, I will try to bring something that will shock you. Because a lot of you believe that, we just come out to talk on social media. We don't just come out to talk. We don't just come out to talk. And when you see us coming out to talk, we are coming out to give you a fact. But now, as we are giving you this fact, the enemy will be up and running, writing junk on the comment section. Let them continue to write this junk. Don't even be moved by their junk. But anybody who will preach to you no election in Biafra land, that person has collected money. Believe it or not, they have collected money. And that money they have collected is going to ruin you that is fighting for freedom. Because it is going to destroy you from, the revolution that will take place from the federal, position. Or do you need more analysis to it? Do you need more analysis to it? There are many things that are not, that I am just giving you the information that is digestible to you. Information that you are able to digest. I cannot just come and start giving you every information in details. Because we know that in that comment section, there are many agents. There are many agents in that comment section. But believe you me, I say it again. If anyone that is telling you right now that there will be no election in Biafra land, as long as it's not from the leadership of this struggle, that person is a criminal. And he is Tinubu supporter. But that's whoever they are supporting, I cannot bring it. I don't want to emphasize on it until we have some proof. Like I told you, there are moves to continue to preach it. And we are following that moves. Once that moves occur, we'll bring it to you. Believe you me, maybe from that end, you will know that we are not social media noisemakers. From that end. Now, having seen what is going on, coming to Nigeria crisis, you know that there is a global crisis, economic crisis. There is a global recession. There is a climate change problem. There is a lot of issues in the world today. How is the common man in Nigeria navigating these problems? When unemployment rate, according to their fake statistics, states that it is 33%, which made it 66 million of 200 million is unemployed. 66%. In a country where there is 66 million poverty, it means that 66 million will take over the whole place with crime, because we don't give them any, and there is nothing like they are not giving them any thing like you are paying your citizen or you call it a grant. You are not giving, you are not receiving any stimulus packages in Nigeria as an unemployed person, but in America they are receiving stimulus packages. In Europe, they are receiving it. Why is it that they are not receiving it in Nigeria? Because the reason why they give these things is because to make sure that the crime rate does not go high. But they are not giving it to you. They will make sure that you are poor in order to commit crime, that they will kill you. They will continue to lie about the numbers that the statistics is showing you. They will continue to lie about it because they don't want the world to see the truth that we are talking about. They want the world to see their manipulation. And that is exactly what they will continue to show the world. Now, coming to what is going on. In 2015, we are talking about the economy of Nigeria, so that you will see the position of a common man, that one criminal in Europe is calling you to sit at home. One criminal in Europe is calling you to sit at home. They are not checking the economy. They are not checking the challenges you are facing. Just because they want to show people that they belong. They want to show people that they know what they are doing. They want to help this, they want to help these cabals to make sure that you are placed in more poverty. That is exactly what they are doing. Helping the cabals to make sure they put you in more poverty. Of course, you know. And the reason why I'm not calling the names of these cabals. We already know who are these cabals. But I have a reason of not calling their names. Because the platform where we are using, they have bribed this platform that whenever they hear that name, they should start attacking the pages. That cabals that is putting you in poverty in that country, contraption. They have bribed them. Now, if you check what is going on in Nigeria now, in the world, in globally, because remember, everything that affects America affects Nigeria. Whatever that affects Britain affects Nigeria will be on the receiving end of it. Be it recession, Nigeria will be on the receiving end of it. Are you paying attention? Russian war is affecting America and Europe. Are you aware of it? Now Nigeria will be at the receiving end of it. Let me tell you. Do you know how much Nigeria is owing as a debt in Nigeria? The debt Nigeria have in Nigeria today is 41 trillion naira, which is $100 billion. $100 billion is the debt that this APC government has acquired for you. That is a generational curse, if you are not aware of it. 41 trillion naira, which is equivalent to $100.07 billion. That is exactly what they are owing. Now, if they are in debt in this way, are you paying attention? This is 2022 debt. 2022 debt. This is what they are owing in 2022. Which is now always, they will tell you inflation rate is high. Inflation rate is going high. Do you know the inflation rate now? Inflation rate now is 18.60% in Nigeria, which means your food is going up. Everything you are buying, your essential commodities, they are going up. The prices are, the price hikes in all these things. When the inflation rate is going up. And when you think about it, before Goodluck left office, the inflation rate was only 9.01%. Why did this, skyrocketed? And yet, Portuguese government who want to start stealing your oil will tell you that the government you have today is the one who built the best economy in Africa. Who built best economy in Africa with a debt of $100.07 billion? With the inflation rate of, this inflation rate, 18.60%. I don't think it's even, but let's take it. Let's take it. The government you have today gave you inflation rate of 18.060%. Now, the interest rate is 13%. Interest rate is 13%, right? Which means when the interest rate is high, you know what is going to happen to you? Those of you who depend on the financial institution to do your business, those you call billionaires and trillionaires from Biafra land, who depend on the financial institution to lend them money, because a lot of them are owing banks. So many of them, they owe the banks. When they are owing the banks, the interest rate now, they are discussing 3 days ago that the interest rate must go high to 14%. When it goes high to 14%, do you know what it does? You are, going to pay more back to your borrowers, to those who is lending you money. You are going to pay higher back to them. That is where the interest rate, the common man that is those who are pushing Ghana, they won't understand it. But it will only affect them by the inflation. Inflation is the national crisis. National crisis. It is only the businessmen who will use money from the financial institutions to do business that will understand this interest rate hike, which is going up by 14%, according to the discussion they had 4 days ago with the central bank. It is going to go up to 14%, which means if you 14%, if you have a debt in Nigeria of, let's try to work it out. Let's try to do some simple mathematics here. Let's do some simple mathematics here. 14%, okay. 14% of 1 million. Okay, if you have a debt of 1 million, now the interest rate is going to 14%. Do you know what is going to happen? You are going to pay extra 140 extra. If you have a debt of 1 million, those who are using money from financial institutions, I know so many of you does not know this, that there are the ones who call billionaires. It is only the ones who call billionaires that will understand what I am saying. That when they are using money from financial institutions to make themselves the billionaire they are today, and the lending rate is going to go high by another 1%. Because there is a global crisis, there is a global financial crisis or economic crisis. Inflation rate is going high because Russia is not releasing their oil, or they are not buying oil from Russia anymore. Plus the pandemic that hit the whole world. Also, they will not come and explain all these things for you because they know that you people, you don't know the benefit that you can get from your financial institutions. You don't know the benefit you can get, you're supposed to be having from your government. You don't know all these things. That is the reason why these things, when I am talking about it, you might be saying, what is this guy talking about? That is what you will be telling yourself. What is this guy talking about? Now, check how much is the bag of rice today because of inflation. You know what hikes the bag of rice? Inflation. Inflation hikes the bag of rice today. What is Nigeria GDP in 2022? 3.4. 3.4%. Nigeria cannot produce anything. They are not producing anything. And tomorrow somebody will tell me Nigeria know they carry last. Somebody will come and tell you Nigeria know they carry last. Remember this 3.4% that they told you. It is according to the number they release because they manipulate everything. I want you to pay very good attention. Oh. If you check it in 2021 per capita, it was minus 0.3 something percent per capita. In 2021, minus 0. This is a place you call a nation. And you tell me that we are a nation builder. We are building a nation called Nigeria. And all these things, you don't even know about them. Because these things that we are talking about is what is making a nation to be stable. What makes a nation to create employment from the federal level and the state level. The economy of the nation. What gives opportunity to small businesses and small enterprises? These are the things that issue opportunity. How many small businesses were rescued after the COVID-19 lockdown? How many of them? All the small enterprise, how many of them was rescued? Because they don't care about you. That is the reason why they cannot teach you about your economy. The news that you hear, they know that it's not everybody that have DSTV to hear the full analysis about the economy. That is the reason why one person who never go to school will run into the bank. They don't know the lending rate. The bank will just give them any number they want because you don't know these things. And they don't bring these things to teach you because you are meant to be in abject poverty. You put all these things that we are talking about today. Nigeria was owing in 2015 only 9 trillion naira. 9 trillion naira. And they built the best economy in Africa, which triggered the resurgency of Boko Haram, which made Boko Haram to be start taking over more countries when Goodluck Jonathan was winning. The reason why I'm telling you all this is for you to understand that even if God come out and become a president of Nigeria, they will not thrive. That is actually the reason why I'm telling you this. I am not saying it for saying its sake. If God will come and become president of Nigeria, he will not thrive. Sorry to say, so many of you might put it out of context or might misunderstand it because you don't know what is going on. You might have somebody you see as a god. They come and become a Nigeria leader. That day they become a Nigeria leader is when their failure will start. Are you paying attention? Because if you check these statistics, the numbers from 10 years ago, you check the numbers, you see the way the numbers are changing every day. Instead of the number improving, the number is just actually worsening. The debt is that you have in Nigeria, instead of it decreasing, in 2015, it was 9 point something trillion naira. In 2022, it becomes 41 trillion. 9, what do you add on top of 9 in order to get 41? How much? You add maybe let's say 31. Let's say 31. Yes. You add 32, maybe 32, yeah. 32 trillion in order to. So this government, since 2015, 16, 17, from 2015 to 2022, how many years? 7 years. 7 years. In 7 years, this government borrowed 32 trillion. 32 trillion naira. Borrowing this did not stop the inflation rate. The inflation, which was in 2015, the inflation was 9.01%. They only borrowed 9 point something trillion. The inflation rate was 9.01%. Unemployment rate was 4%. Unemployment rate in 2015, 4%. Today, unemployment rate is 33%. Now, you are having a debt of 41 trillion. You are having a debt of 41 trillion and unemployment rate at 3%. And somebody is coming to tell you that you ought to have all the job. Is the country going up or is the country going to the grave? The country is already in the grave. The country is saturated. What you have as a country or contraption, it is saturated. And when something is saturated, let me tell you the meaning of saturation. When you bring things that is soluble to something, like, salt is soluble to water. You pour a lot of salt. If you pour salt into water, they dissolve and they will become water, right? If you put a lot of salt inside a cup of water, the water becomes saturated. They cannot take it anymore. The water now becomes saturated. The salt is no longer soluble to the water. They will no longer turn to the water because the water is now salty. It's become salty itself. It can no longer absorb salt. So the country is now saturated with debt, inflation, unemployment rate, corruption, crime, terrorism. And you are telling me somebody will come from the sky, or somebody will come from the sky who is the leader of Singapore? Who was the leader of Singapore? Who changed everything in Singapore? You are telling me that that person will come to Nigeria and change all these things? It is not possible. There is no possibility. Remember that this country that has these debts and unemployment rate, inflation rate, all these things that are skyrocketed, the country that has it is still under British oligarchy. Are you paying attention? It is not an independent country. It is under British oligarchy, which means they are going to attract more debt in order to service the British oligarchy, in order to service those who are cleaved up to them, who control what they are doing systematically, who get the result before you get it as a common man, who get the benefit before you get it as a common man. They have to service that person. And democracy is too expensive. So how do you want to have a sustainable democratical country? How do you think that you have a sustainable growth? No electricity, no infrastructural development, no good road, right? Under infrastructural development, let me just outline them for you to know. No good road. There is no hospital. Now you will expect somebody, a billionaire from America, to bring their business where they will be burning fuel, knowing that there is a climate pollution, that they are trying to rescue the climate. The generator you are using that is destroying your own climate in that region, it is going to multiply. Who is going to now come to Nigeria? Because now people are integrating into renewable energy. Nigeria is not even talking about this renewable energy. They're not talking about it. All they are talking about is the man, the mask wearer in Asorok will come and tell you Chinese will come. I bring Chinese. They are taking care of the road. If you check the interview we had 1 year ago in 2021, the interview granted to him by Channel TV, or he granted Channel TV. If you check that interview, you will understand what I am talking about. Because, you see, so many of you are ruling the financial market. You are ruling the economy of the country out when you are talking about the challenges of the country, when you are talking about politics and the partisan politics they play, or the method in which they use to play their politics. They are ruling it out because they know that if they start bringing this in front of you, you will know that the country is saturated. It can never, there is something that is unfixable, and that is Nigeria. Nigeria is unfixable. Imagine in 2022, the debt is 41 trillion naira, which is 100.07 billion dollars. $100.07 billion. Now, in 2022, tell me if eventually another APC, World Bank, who enrich himself and he is World Bank, and he spend everything he has to do campaign, spend everything in his World Bank to do campaign. After spending everything in his World Bank to do campaign, when he climbed down to that position of your godship, because that is not leadership, it's godship. In Nigeria, that's what you practice. You don't practice leadership, you practice godship. When they climb into that position, first of all, the first year he will do is to retrieve all the money he's spent in political campaign, right? All these Ghana must go, they shout to women, men for primaries, which they are still sharing. The first year. Second year is recovering those money. Those Ghana must go. That's what they will do. When they are on the verge of recovering this Ghana must go, it is only to take loan. This loan increased by 32 trillion within the course of 7 years. 32 trillion. Now, when they go there, within the course of another 4 years, the loan is going to increase by another 15 trillion. When it increases by another 15 trillion, it means that Nigeria is owned by an international body. Nigeria is no longer in the hands of those who owns it. It is in the hand of the lenders, World Bank, IMF. It is in their hands, or Chinese loan. It depends on which one they are taking. And Chinese is good at giving loan. They just dish it. Take. As long as we take care of your airport, we take care of your oil NNPC, we take care of them. We will be in charge until you finish pay. And they will make sure you don't finish pay because they want to own it. That is the reason why I keep telling you, Nigeria is unfixable. You know, there are people who are unteachable when it comes to school. If you remember in your school days, there are people whom you are in class with, they are unteachable. And there is nothing you will do to make these people focus because they want to go out there and hustle. When you talk about education or mathematics and physics, if he goes here, he goes there, he goes out from the other one. They are unteachable. You cannot redeem them. You cannot get them to concentrate. I know in the Western world, they might try to put them on medication to calm them down, you know, to build the level of their concentration higher. But in Nigeria, there is no such. So, but even there are people whom you will try to calm them down. Imbeciles. You call them imbeciles. I don't know if you are following. Those you call imbeciles, they are unteachable. The ones you call imbeciles, they are unteachable. Nigeria is now, you know, into that imbecility level. They are unrescuable. You cannot fix it. Even if no matter the person who found Dubai in a forex, in a desert, if you come to Nigeria to work under this structure that you have, it is no, he will not fix it. The reason why he was able to found Dubai, he started from scratch. So for anybody, any professional who will tell you that Nigeria will be fixed, that is going to be truthful to themselves, will tell you the structure must be dissolved. There must be a revolution for the structure to be destroyed. And now to fix it, you need to, because of the type of politics you play in that region, you need to now create, if they indeed say they want something to do with the whole ethnic groups, that they want them to still have relationship, they will tell you, let everybody go and manage themselves. And maybe if there is still anything called nigger area, they bring tax to the top. Anybody who want to say they want to fix, if there is, but there is nobody who will want to. Now, from there, you have dissolved the neo-colonial grip on you, which is undissolvable without you going your separate ways, because the amalgamation is the structure. The amalgamation is the structure. If you don't destroy the amalgamation, you will never get it right. Now, a person who want to tell you that truth about what is going on there, he will tell you that population 200 million is too big for one person to be the leader in Africa, according to the in African context. You know, to contextualize it, you will say the population is too big for one person to be the leader, to dictate over them. And the same person will see to the, each state what they will return. The same person will be managing the economy of the whole state, the whole 200 million people. And you will tell me that same person who cannot even make sure that your economy of Lagos State will be flowing well, or economy of Anambra State is flowing well, there is a development in the state, that person will now climb to federal level. You expect them to manage 200 million people when they cannot manage 20 million people. It is a fact. So the best thing to do, these leaders, they don't have the competency to manage 20 million people at once. Talk more of managing 200 million people. So for you to detach yourself from the British neo-colonial structure, disintegration is the only way. Disintegration. Because the Eastern region, if you think about in 1913, when they started talking about the amalgamation, the first thing they put in the table and the first thing they did was to consult with the emirs of Fulani. They consulted with these leaders of Fulani to tell them that you have nothing to survive on. Even if we know you have taken over the northern region of Nigeria, but you have nothing to survive on. That's what they told them. And even if we say now, let us, go down there, or leave you to fight and go and Islamize these people in the south, you will not win. You will not win them. You cannot do it without us, Britain. Because, of course, so many of you did not know that Britain and Fulani fought before they come to agreement of what you are suffering today. They fought each other before they come to the agreement of what you are suffering today. You cannot win these people without us. Now, we are going to get these people through manipulation and dialogue. We are going to get them. And we will use these people to solve your budget deficit through amalgamation. Are you paying attention? We're using these people to solve your budget deficit through amalgamation. Now, they use this South through dialogue and manipulation. They brought you together in 1914. And they did not tell you it is to solve the budget deficit. Because when Fulani came and conquered the North, they didn't know there is nothing in the North. In fact, they're just the land expansion. They are expanding themselves through war. They are expanding. But to get to that place where there is something, you need to be killed in mass. So now we are going to do it through manipulation and dialogue. And they did it through manipulation and dialogue. That is how you find yourselves now, together with nomadic people who does not think the way you are thinking, who does not think about integration. Who does not think about integration? That is the worst thing that will happen to you, because you are in the 21st century. You don't have good road. You are in the 21st century where there is fourth industrial revolution. You don't have infrastructural development, no electricity. Do you know why? Because they brought you together and tell you that the number is power. The number is power. We negotiate manipulation. They will tell you that when you have number, you can do anything in the world market because you have the buying power. When you have number, you will win. They now brought you together, telling you that is the reason why you hear Joey Bokwendo Chianua Kachagolaki bread father Alozolo. They will tell you, do you know that the number in Nigeria is making Igbo people thrive in business? That the numbers you have in Nigeria is the reason why Igbo people are thriving, because they are business people. Who told you that if there is disintegration of Nigeria, that Igbo people will no longer thrive? Because if you do the disintegration and let people go their separate ways in a peaceful way, we might have an open border agreement. The number will still be there. The relationship can still be there. But let everybody know their boundaries. You know, there are many things that we in Africa, we can put together. We can do it peacefully. We can achieve a lot when we navigate it peacefully. But because of this mental slavery of, mental enslavement of African people, blacks, it will not enable us to sit around the table and navigate this problem. It will not allow us to leave our ego behind and listen to the masses. It will not enable us to, leave our ego behind, your professionalism. Because a lot of you will tell you that I am an economist. The only way we can navigate this problem is we keep this population together. Economists who does not know nothing. Economy is to steal money. Do you know that the system of education you have in Nigeria is the one that is delaying you? It is actually brainwashing you. Do you know why? Now, when you use English to teach physics and chemistry, tomorrow you will only come out and speaking big grammar. Some of your professors, they come out speaking big grammar, but you don't know that that grammar you are speaking, an uneducated person in Britain will speak it. An educated person will speak it. Because that is his language. You don't know about that. Instead of you going into the school to learn physics and chemistry in a familiar way or in a familiar atmosphere, which is your language, you learn it with English. You will not understand anything. That is the reason why there is no innovation from your Nigeria. No one is innovative. Now that Obi Kubana is now talking about building or introducing a cell phone in Nigeria, where is he going to borrow the initiative from? From China. Are you paying attention? He's going to borrow the initiative from China because now Nigeria does not discover their talent. There are people who have that knowledge. You just need to nurture this knowledge for that knowledge to come out. Do you know for Africa at large, let me digress, for Africa at large to be able to compete with the first world continents or countries, for them to be able to compete with this first world, you must call all your intelligence home. You know what they are offering your intelligence? You see Elon Musk. Elon Musk is from South Africa, but America discovered this guy and they picked him up. And now he is American billionaire. You need to know all this intelligence. These people you call, if there is government, of course there is none. You need to discover these people. Give them offer and security that will make them come back. To use that intelligence they have developing another man's continent, to develop your continent. That's how you have to do it. Will be your first step. Because these were your people. You neglected and you undermined them. Some of the American intelligence, they found them. No, this guy, he is good. I saw many people transforming things, innovating things. But the government will not say anything to them until a white man fly from America or Europe and pick up this person and nurture this person. Tomorrow they will never remember where is Nigeria again, because now they will remember where they were set up to a greener pasture. So the easiest way and the approach is the approach we are going to use in Biafra land. Why am I even giving you? But I'm giving it to our brothers and sisters in Africa who want to be innovative, who want to integrate. because our knowledge, we share it for free. We don't pay. We don't actually let you buy it. All these things, if we are able to bring them together, and this is the approach we are going to be using in our Biafra land. And that is the reason why Biafra will be the talk of town. Biafra will liberate Africa. We're just giving you example of how Biafra is going to liberate Africa, because we are going to recognize all our heroes. We are going to recognize all our people, with innovative mindset that has been taken away from us. We're going to recognize them. We give them adequate resources and security. That service they are rendering in America, they will come to Biafra land and start rendering it. They will collect more. They will collect more to make sure that we have that innovation in Biafra land. And that is the reason why so many of you who don't understand the reason why we are fighting for Biafra. We are fighting for Biafra so that we will have economic growth. We will have innovation. We have integration. We will have, have adequate, development in order to compete with the first world country. We can no longer be intimidated by the first world country. We can no longer be dictated. They can no longer dictate for us. They can no longer dictate for us what we need to do to curb our challenges. Rather, we already know our challenges. We will be proactive, solving our problem. Because the problem we have is that we are not proactive. People are doing, we are following. When you are proactive in combating any challenges that you are facing, you will be always ahead of your challenges. Proactiveness, you lack that. You lack that in Africa as a whole. That is the reason why you are hearing any chance wanting to Biafra land will compete with America and China. Any chance, if you give us chance, small time, Biafra land will compete with the world powers. So now, why did I touch on all these things? Touching on all these things, the reason why I touched on all these things is because we don't know the situation of the financial, or we don't know the financial crisis that our people on the ground are facing today. And somebody is somewhere in Europe who you are donating money for every day, who is not even feeling the economic challenges people are feeling all over the place. Business people are feeling all over the place. They are not feeling it because you contribute your money through manipulation that he used against you. You give it to him, and that person will use that money and they will enrich themselves, see themselves to be powerful. They are now calling you to sit at home, not to go about your businesses, in order to make ends meet, in order to put food on the table for you and your children. And when you look at that person, you say that is it what you are going to look at that person and tell that person that you are doing great because you are impoverishing us, you are endangering our lives more? Because these people, some of them decided to protest. You did not call them to action. Because I know that protest, but because they were not the ones, they did not talk about protest, and people started protesting. That is the reason why they want to boycott that protest. Instead of, if they were fighting for you, if they were indeed working for your benefit, they were supposed to, you know what they were supposed to do? They were supposed to mount, motivation on those who are doing that protest to continue until something happens. Because if you look at it, what the man that is killing you today, I hope you know what the man that is killing you today said. The man that is killing you today said that it was DSS who shot 14 people. Do you know about that? That DSS shot 14 people. Since he said DSS shot 14 people now, people told you that the people who shot them came with R47. Is it R47, this chakapor that Ebube is using? People who witnessed what happened. DSS, let me tell you the type of ammunition DSS is using. DSS is using a Glock. I don't know if you are paying attention. DSS is using Glock and AK-47. That is what DSS is using. DSS does not use any other ammunition that is other than Glock and AK-47, and their AK-47 is in a casing. In a casing that when you look at it, you will think it is another type of gun, but it is AK-47. They place it on a casing. I know so many of you might not be able to know that because you don't know about these things. So now it is like having, there is a Glock. A Glock is a shotgun that comes, when you buy a casing for it, it can be big like AK-47. That is exactly what the DSS is using mostly. And the AK-47 placed in another casing, which makes it so, beautiful, beautifies the gun. That's exactly what they use. So at the end of the day, Hope Uzodimma, Dave Umahi, came to lie to you to say it was a DSS who went for the operation. That they went and killed how many people? They went and killed 14 able-bodied men in cold blood who does not bear any arm or ammunition or even any weapon whatsoever called knife or even screwdriver or spanner. They don't have these things. But the Hope Uzodimma call them criminals. But these criminals, they don't have anything that makes them criminal. Because when you talk about criminal, you talk about people that are armed. But these people are not even holding a bottle of broken bottle. They are not holding it. But they were gunned down. And the man that you're supposed to be the chief security of the state came to tell the world that these were bandits, because he knows that there are Fulani bandits. He named now innocent people in Biafra land bandits, because if you call Fulani, Fulani made them to know you cannot only tell the world that we are the ones who have bandits. Now start using that word bandit on your people, because now we know there are Fulani terrorists, there are Fulani bandits. Those bandits, Fulani bandits, they come with Oka-made gun. Those are Fulani bandits to steal and kidnap people. They are Fulani bandits. Fulani terrorists, they come with AK-47, regardless of where you find them, whichever place you find them. So now, and all of them are going towards, criminality. Now, Hope Uzodimma noticed that, this bandit now is given only to his masters. Bandit, only they call Fulani, only it is Fulani. Now, I am calling the name of them again, but that's why I'm calling it constructively. Because if you check around what is going on social media, Facebook is attacking us because of Fulani. And they send me that message. They are attacking us. I received that notification. It is pointing at us, using the name of those terrorizing the nation. Those terrorizing our people, killing our people. We are using their name. Facebook does not want us to use the name of those killing us. They rather want us to use the name constructively. I don't know why, but Facebook believe they according to their policy, you have a right to freedom of speech. They promote freedom of speech. But at the end of the day, they are trying to restrict us. My meeting time is up. They are trying to restrict us from sharing calling the names of those that are killing us in our land. That is for you to see the amount of corruption in Nigeria. Where is that place? There is this video which talks about what happened in Imo State. I think either this one.
Good morning, everybody. Because now, I'm ebe the incident mere ebe agbabushiri ndị bịara traditional marriage. Governor Hope Uzodimma si on the bandits. Ihe ahụ ebe mere that traditional marriage that Sunday. Ndị Ebube Agụ Hope Uzodimma ke mụ nwa na onwe m ji anya m na-abụ hụ ya with the compassion. Ama mụ na ndị DSS ọ na-aga with the compassion.
Okay.
Ndị Ebube Agụ abịa ebe a makashi everywhere agbabushie ndị mmadụ.
That is what you are looking at.
The traditional marriage. Now the man they hospitalized. The man Mula now they hospitalized.
The owner of the house is hospitalized where they held his traditional marriage.
Personal in the bandit Kayabu. Yeah, we dabara them kuwai. Yeah, wo crate. Yeah, crate and the oche.
This is the place where they did the traditional marriage. And that is the crate and the chairs that was used for the traditional marriage. They actually went in there. Okay.
What's part of it?
DSS, he said. So that means DSS that Hope Uzodimma said are indeed the criminals. They are taking people's phones, people's wallet, people's motorcycle. So DSS, you need to come and clear yourself. I know you people are criminal, but I don't know if you have, demoted yourselves, because I know the last time I checked, you people take order from the president. And those who take order from the president are not supposed to be doing these petty criminals. So you people need to come and clean yourselves, because according to the report, it says that you people that Hope Uzodimma say you were the ones who did these criminal activities. You were taking people's phones, people's wallet, before you even kill them, you search them. Before you kill them, you search them to take their wallet, their money, their phones, and take the motorcycles from even women who are riding motorcycle. You took it from them. In the wedding ceremony, you burned down the houses. You did all those things that we talked about. Hope Uzodimma said it was you, which is called DSS, Department of State Security, so-called in the so-called Zoological Republic called Nigeria. So that you people are the ones who did all this petty crime before you committed murders, or you committed, what do you call it, genocide. Extrajudiciously, you murdered 14 innocent people coming out from wedding because they are not the member of your fraternity, Hope Uzodimma. Hope Uzodimma murdered 14 people coming out of wedding ceremony because they are not his member of his fraternity, which is using Ebube to do the fight. After that, he said it was the DSS. And I will watch and see how this one is going to unfold. How DSS is going to take blame for this criminality committed by Hope Uzodimma and his creation, Hope Uzodimma and his creation, Ebube. Because we are, the reason why I brought this, that is exactly what you saw here. Okay. Okay.
But with the compassion, the neighbor's house,
Wow. Imagine.
Evil. Crates, rice, soup, and the fufu they prepare for the in-laws. National her phone, national her machine, national her wallet. Because share this message. Share this message. Oga worldwide.
We are sharing it.
This message. When we can return no song kwaka. Makoga the only person they cry.
Okay.
No song the only person they cry online.
Okay.
Ha buru moto.
I don't know song kwa.
Ela ha moto ha buru ha. There's 250. Ihe a the junior brother onye alụga. Ihe a junior brother onye alụga.
Okay, I am going to leave it here. Of course, the video is on the public domain. If you want to follow up with the video, you can actually go and look for the video on a public domain. You will find it there. This is the junior brother of the person, the bride. Are you paying attention? The younger brother to the bride. The younger brother, he narrated the story of what happens. They even stole motorcycles. They stole everything. Before they shoot you, they will steal from you. So this is a criminal act. That is the reason why when I tell you it is this Hope Uzodimma fraternity that did this crime, you will not understand it. Your government is playing schoolboy fraternity. That is what he is doing with the command of the cabals that he is representing in Imo State. This is exactly what he's doing. And our people came out to protest, to end this, evil. Now, somebody tell them to go and sit at home. And tomorrow they will tell you that person is your spokesperson and working for you. Are you paying attention to what is going on? So, all of you, what you need to start doing right now is to start advising yourselves. You need to start advising yourselves because the advice you give to yourself is the best for you. Autopilot is not representing you guys. They are representing their pocket. That is the reason why when you see anybody like, I heard there is this guy who tried to create group inside Autopilot. What is his name? This boy guy, Abakaleke guy, that tried to create group inside Autopilot, that they are descending on him. Eberima is descending on him because he is trying to create group, but he came into IPOB. He came and created group. He's not a member of IPOB, but at least the person that is creating the group is a member of Autopilot, also auto criminals. So I believe that he created the group now because he knows the moves. The leader of the syndicate, he knows the move that guy is trying to make. He starts sabotaging it because that is exactly what is going on. So you look at these people, you say to yourselves, these guys are fighting for me. You are an idiot. You are a coward. You are a buffoon, and you cannot reason. And that is the reason why we are here to remind you that anybody that align themselves with these people, you expect yourself to be a victim if you are in Biafra land, because they will expose you where these Fulani killers will find you and they will kill you. And nobody will hear about you because you are on illegal mission, right? Nobody will hear about you. That is the worst part of what he is doing. When he kills you, nobody hears about you. No one will support your family. We know that IPOB, if every member of IPOB that the terrorists in uniform kill, they get the support of IPOB. But these ones, They will know, even people around you, your community will not know that you died, because they know that they're using you for criminality to enrich themselves and to promote the agenda of the agendists, which is the politicians, the likes of Ike Ekweremadu, Dave Umahi, and the other cabals that you find in that contraption called Nigeria. I'm going to be calling it a day. I had some other things that I supposed to do here, but I don't have that time anymore to continue. If we have time again in the evening, we will come again. But for now, stay safe, stay informed. Until we meet again. Shalom.
ụmụnne m, udo dịrị onye ọbụla, udo dịrị gị. Ị nọ n'ụzọ, ị nọ na ụlọ ọrụ, ị na ebe ị na-azụ ahịa, were nene ihe onyonyo a, ana m asị ka udo dịrị gị. Anyị na-ekele Chineke na ngọzi ọ na-enye ụmụ ya, ma nke anyị etosiro afọ ụmụ ya na ebere ya bara ụba n'ebe anyị nọ. Ajị m ihe onyonyo a wee chọọ ka m jụọ ụfọdụ ụmụnne anyị ajụjụ, maka na osisi na ụna aya egbu ya wee kwụrụ, mana mmadụ nọ na aya egbu ya ọgbaba ọsọ, ọ bụgo na aka gị dị ọcha, ya azọba onwe gị. Nke bụ eziokwu na ife anyị na-anụ n'obodo a bụ chibọ anụ ọzọ. Osisi ọbụla chọrọ ịtọ atọ, nye pụkwana n'etiti ụzọ, ya pụọ n'ime ọfịa, maka osisi ọ napụchiri ụzọ na-anara ube mma. Ana m ekwu ya oge ncha, otego ite mebere isi ewu ife, ọ bụrụ taa. Otee na ntị were mkpu maka afụfụ ndị Igbo na-ata, ihe a na-eme anyị. O nwee ihe onyonyo m egosi na nkwucha okwu a, ka ị wee fụ ofu n'ime ọtụtụ ife ndị mkpugo, mana ama m na enwe anyị na-anụ onu anyị, maka anyị nwee chi na-asa okwu. Eji m ihe onyonyo a wee na-ajụ ụfọdụ ụmụnne anyị, maka ndị Igbo sị na onye nọ na jere ife jere nọ n'ụlọ, nọ n'ụlọ n'ọrụ onye jere ife. Enego m anya ụdị ngwa agha a na-ebubata na ụdị ndị agha a na-ebubata. Ana m agafe n'Enugu wee fụ opekata mpe ọ karịrị 30 ngwa agha ebu wee na-abata. Anyị fụkwara nke ebu na-aga n'Imo steeti. Ndị terọrist a juu n'obodo a, ha gbakwuo n'ebe niile okirikiri, ma n'Igbo ma be ndị ofe mmanụ. Ihe ejizi ife na-eme n'ụlọ ụka wee mara. Ọ na-ebe na Kaduna, aiche na o tere aka. O mere na St. Francis Owo n'Ogun steeti, ka ọ na Ondo dị. Otu a ndị nwụrụ ụnyaahụ dịbụ ndụ nwanne ụnyaahụ, ndị dị ndụ taa amabere ife chi ya eweta. Ụdị ngwa agha a na-ebubata, ọkwa e nwere ọtụtụ ụmụnne anyị nọ n'amị, nọ na Navy, nọ na Air Force, nọ na Police. O nwere ife anyị na-anụ, anyị amụrụkwa nke na-emenụ, maka ofeke bụ onye amarọ mgbe e kere nkwa ụkwa. Anyị amarọ nke na-emenụ, maka agba anyị nkịtị, anyị abụrụ ofeke. Anyị kwesịrị ịjụ ese, onye nwere anya kwesịrị iji ya na-afụ ụzọ, enwere ntị kwesịrị iji ya na-anụ ife. Kedu ife na-emenụ? Maka ife a na-egbu karịzị, ife a na-egbu karị, ife a gbara na Ọsụmohu na Anambra steeti, gbaa na Ọsụ Ihite Ụkwa n'Imo steeti, gbaa na ka ekwebe ọzọkwa na Ọlụ n'Imo steeti, na ọda pas n'Imo steeti, na-agbakwa na ka ebe a na Anambra steeti. O nwere ebe a na-agbakwa na Anambra steeti. Kịta ọ dị ka ọ na Nsugbe ka ọ gịnị. ka anọkwa na Anambra steeti. Anyị na-ajụzi ọgịnị na-eme maka ife agbarụ bụ na ha eruo na mmadụ 2000 ka m gwu na eziokwu ife aka ha dị ọcha ebe a hikwarụ nne, ọbara aka ha dị ọcha hiri nne. Anyị amụrụ ma ụfọdụ ụmụnne anyị ndị a m na-ekwu nọ na ndị agha n'obodo a ma ha so abata alụ ọrụ a ka ha nọ ebe ha nọ gba nkịtị ka ọ na ha mụrụ na a na-akpa nkata ka ọ na ha mụrụ na a na-agba ife niile ha na-agba. Ma ndị eji ada ekpe ikpe anụkata anụ na anwụrụ na-edi otu a, ọ bụrụzie ndị nwere ụkwụ ogologo ejebe iji arapụ ya. Ọ bụrụ onye nwere onye ahụ nwa nwa fu efu nwere onye mmadụ ọkwa mmadụ nwe ọgọdọ ewu na-ata ahụ. Maka ebe ndị terọrist nwere ike muster courage wee attack ya presidential convoy, jee na defense academy Kaduna, jee na airport Kaduna, jee na Kuje prison. Ụnụ afọ na onwere onye ji nke ya n'aka ahụ. Ndụ anyị ghekwa oge, anyị nọkwa prone to danger. Ndị gọvanọs anyị ada n'onu ha, ndị senators na ndị House of Rep onwere ife unu na-ekwu n'ụdị ngwa agha a na-efegharị anyị n'iru. Nkịta na-agba ọfụ moto ya ebu ya ọgbafere ọsọ, ewufu moto ya ebu ya ọgbafere ọsọ, ịchọ ịgba nnụnụ ọgbafere ọsọ ofere. Anyị nwabụzi mmadụ nwere uche, anyị agbasi nkịta egbuchasị anyị enyi na ndụ, anyị nchọ ya nwụ ofu nwụ. Kedu ife anyị mee? Ndị nwụrụ anwụ kedu ife ha mee? Ọbara niile a akwafu for how many years obodo a dị ọ na-zuo na omeela ka ife dị mma? Biko onye kwe na salari ọ na-erite ma gọvanọ nọ na ya unu meghekwa ọnụ kwuba okwu, unu mechara anti-open grazing law amapụrụ mmadụ one mana na-efi ka ọ na-akpagharị na ya ọkwa na metropolis ọ bụrụkwa n'ime obodo. Kemgbe eji wee mechaa anya bụla ana m ege ntị ka m fụ na e nwere ofu onye ugwu ejide kpụrụ efi ya, so gọvanọ m fụrụ mmeri ya na gọvanọ Fayose o soro pụta a na-achụgharị ha n'ime ọfịa. Mana nke anyị na ndịda anyị Igbo ebe a bụ ndị gọvanọ anyị na-akwụ ha ụgwọ maka efi egbu mmadụ egbuziri egbu, anyị enwere ife a na-ekwu maka ya. Ndị be anyị emebisiri ife ha ma mgbe egburu Debora Mosia, anyị afụrụ ebe a sị na akọmpaseti nye ndị be anyị ego. Ife nji na-amanye okwu n'ọnụ n'okwu a ife gbasara ndị be anyị ọ bụrụ maka ndị ọchị ka m ji ekwu nọọ maka ọdịmma ndị be anyị. Injury to one bụ injury to all. Mgbe echebe mgbe o mere onye nne ji mụ na ya n'afọ ewee marụ onye na-ara ofu onye oru azụ oru niile ka a na-ara azụ. Ife ọ na-emetụrụ ofu onye Igbo emetụrụ Igbo niile. Ọgwụja nọ na iburu onye Igbo. Ọ bụrụ na ọbara ndị Igbo na-aga gị n'ahụ si n'akwara gị na-aga, o kwesịrị imetụ gị n'ahụ. Ọ na-identify corpses eju na mọchụarị, ekwucha ya aghasị ebe ahụ nke mee chezọ ya maka ọzọ ka ya eme echi. Enwere ụsụ nwere ọnụ, onwere onye nwere okwu. Kịta a na-ekwu okwu elekshọn na-ekwu okwu onwere ozi ofe ọzọ anyị ekwu ikwu nke bịara onye ya buru na ife nji wee jụba ajụjụ a. Biko ka unu mee ka ihe onyonyo arụ ụmụnne anyị aka, ma ndị Navy ma ndị Air Force ma ndị Police ma ndị Army, ebe ọbụla onye bụ onye Igbo nọ alụ ọrụ ha, biko nya kọwara anyị nchekwa a na-echekwa obodo ka eji ebudata ife a ka o nwere ife a na-ezube. Ọ bụrụ na ha nwe amarọkwu ịma na ha tọkwuru atọ, ọ bụ na ebe a ha nọ na ha amarọ nkata a na-akpa ada agbakọ izu ọnụ dị ka ndị agha obodo a, ọ na a na-akpakwu ha nwoke ha tọrọ atọ ịma na ka ife a na-emezi. Biko unu kọwara anyị aka oyibo nsugbe ka anyị mara nke na-eme. Ọ bụrụ ọsọ ka anyị agba ka agbawa n'oge. Ọ bụrụ na ndị a na-abịa ife a na onwe ife ọzọ ha zubere si gwa anyị n'oge ka anyị wee n'oge wee nọkwara maka ebughị egwu ebughị ọnọdụ. Ebe gọvanọ nọ na nọọtụ nwere ike isi onye ọbụla chọọ egbe o ji echere onwe akwa na nọọtụ. Mana a na-ege ntị ka nne ya na nke be anyị ebe a ka ama ma onwe gọvanọ anyị ya bụ okwu ya daa ụda ama na nwoke nwe mmen wee mee. Mana ndị agha mana ife niile e nwere oge ndị mmadụ nọ. Igbo nwere mmadụ mana ebe ka ha nọ enwe oge ha nọ. Nna ya Ojukwu anwụọ, nna ya Ekwueme anwụọ ka ị gasị ha ndị okenye Igbo ji bi ndị na-abịa ekwu okwu ebe ọ na Igbo ege ntị. Nwanne anyị nwoke na-ekwuzi eji wee bịakọ ọnụ na-ege eji ya eji na nga. onye si na-ekwu sineta abalị ibe na-anwụ ike ya nwoke mmadụ ọ bụrụ mgbe egbufuoro ya onye ọ na-anwụ ike ya biko ka etikọ n'ọnụ ka ajụba ọgịnị ife a na-egbu ọnụ ozubero asị m ka m yọọ ya ka ọ bụrụ anyị yọọ biko ka ụmụnne anyị nwee ike kọwara anyị o nwere ife ọzọ anyị nwaba Igbo agbakwuo na-ebuo a na-ekwuba okwu nwere onwe elekshọn presidency wee bịa ka a na-ekwu okwu presidency nsogbu adịrọ ikwu okwu nke a ndị asị nọ ndị a ka ekwere ikwu okwu nke a ndị asị nọ ndị Adam eme ife nkwụnye Adam akụ gang ife anyị na-ekwu bụ nke ya akara anyị mma ife mụnwa nọzi ya bụ Uchechukwu mee ọ ife nnọzi ya nene ihe onyonyo a na-eso kịta ka ị wee ghọta mgbe m bido kwuba okwu biko ana m ayọ ka ọ bụrụ na ị na-anya n'okpuru Facebook a ị ya afọ stars a na-enye dịka onyinye o nwere ife ọ na-eri ọkankụ biko itiri anyị some stars ka ị were ya na-akwado ife anyị na-eme na-akwado peji anyị ọ na-agbakwa n'ume akụ na-esi obi ike ọnkụ dị na mba ka eji eghere mba nni inye aka dozie nke mmadụ Chukwu enye aka dozie nke gị tiri anyị some stars nwanne m ka ị wee kwado anyị ka anyị wee mere ife na-aga biko izisa ihe onyonyo a ka onye nwe anyị gọzie gị afa m bụ brọda Paul Chigbo nene ihe onyonyo a ka Chukwu gọzie unu
Nigeria.
It seems like impossible mission, but we must press on. Embracing the future of this country is like impregnable mountain, but God will help us. Approaching 60 years after independence, yet we have not experienced a lasting absolute peace and tranquility. Hardly would I forget the horrifying stories of 3 years bloodshed during the civil war in this nation. Many political forefathers lost their lives. Many soldiers shed their blood for the progress of this nation, and we are yet to recover from that irreparable loss. We were blessed with human, solid, and liquid mineral resources, but only some wicked politicians who are megalomaniacs put the progress of this nation to a halt, thus putting the entire nation to hostage for decades. Moral etiquette is no longer an issue, but I will advise the present government to do its best in applying equity and the rule of law, which will put an expunge to this looming crisis, because no tribe can claim to cherish war. The worst mistake we can make in this country is to fight another war. For another war in this nation might bring the existence of this nation to an end. Those who lost their beloved ones and the huge property in the previous war have pathetic stories to tell. Many were rendered homeless. Many became orphans. Some parents became childless. Some women became widows. Corruption in this nation is the catalyst that is erupting into a wider cataclysm. Look at economic crunch. No money, no food, no lights, no water, no fuel, no kerosene, no peace. I think the solution to this political upheaval is diplomacy. For this country to be healthy again, justice must prevail. May God help us to this destination we are heading to. Let this journey not be a mission to nowhere.
Nigeria, kedu ebe anyị na-ejenuo? Ụmụ obodo anyị, kedu ebe anyị na-ejenuo? Ụmụ Nigeria, kedu ebe anyị na-ejenuo? ndị obodo anyị kedu ebe anyị na-ejenu ewo ndị ụmụnne m ebe anyị na-eje ụmụnne m ebe anyị na-eje
Visit our YouTube channel, God's Agenda TV, to watch all our inspirational videos. Remember to hit the notification button, subscribe, like, and share. God's Agenda Production. Your soul is our target.
Agenda Production.
aka m bụkwa mama onye obodo nwanne ga-eri vidio nke a kịta anụ maka na m gwara unu na ebe akwara ozu anụrụ ọgụ last week ụfọdụ datụ ya mana geenụ nke a kịta anụ man of God anọ live ka esi wee buru mmiri ọkụ kwa ndị bịa anụ ifeatị jiri ntị gị gee enweghị ịghọta dee na comment section otekwana phone number mbe ya maka any kind of advert ọ bụla ị need kpọọ m na phone number
nwa bụ ọdịdị ka anyị pụta o nwere ebe anyị na-eje kedu ihe nji maka ya wee egwu a mkpụrụ ụbọchị ole ma one ka anyị fụrụ ihe onyonyo ebe a nọ na akwamozu wee na-azọ akwụkwọ ụlọ akwụkwọ property ọ bụrụ ha ncha ka m na-egosi onwe nke m na-egosi ọ bụrụ ha ncha maka o nwecha ndị ife ya bụ igosi inwebe nsogbu na Facebook so amana m ugboro one mụ na ha gbara maka ya so mgbe ụfọdụ ife ga-aba na nkwuo ya ndị nenere ya echeta ndị nenere ọfụ ya ha ya ama ihe m na-ekwu bụrụ gịnị oge a na-azọ property ozu dị ọ babere anọ n'elu ozu wee na-azọso onye nwụrụ anwụ akwụkwọ ụlọ emechaa kpọpụta nke kpọpụtara asị na risiti adọrọ na ya na nke abụja ọsọ akwụkwọ lọya a na-akọ ife nwere isi na ọnụ ife m na-eche dịkwa na iche ọ na-agba m anya mmiri ịnepụ iru ndị na-azọ property ọ dị ka ya asị na ha ji ndụ ha n'aka na-enye ha satifiketi biga metusela na ha ama nwụzi anwụ aka na-akọ nke ahụ anyị nụkwa akụkọ Emabuchi onye aktọ Nollywood na PA ya gbukwara ya ka o wee bụrụ gịnị property iwepụ ndụ mmadụ maka moto nwere expiry date maka matrasị ya eme ndọkasị maka ego ịma na inwe ike iji ego gị wee rite ife ihe eji wee nwụ ego na-azọ na-egbu ihe ejide ego kịta ndị ori jide gị n'ụzọ anaghị ego naghị ndụ ego pikchọ ndị nwụrụ anwụ n'agbanyeghị na eji egbo mkpa maka ego ka nwatakịrị ji wee gbuo PA nke a na-afịakwa nwekwa ụmụ ọkara okorobịa ụmụaka ha chaka bọtụl high malt m fụkwara mmadụ na-abụ ofu onye dibịa Chimarin ka m fụrụ see ya o mekwa ife o mere ebe ahụ ekenekwa ume ya maka ọ bụrụ na nke ọjọọ ka ọ na-eme anyị afụ ya maka ndị a niile na-ebepụ mmadụ isi ma ebe a na-eweje pasị mmadụ ma ndị na-ele ele ada afụ ya mana ọ fụ na iji ụmụazị abịa abụrụ ife ya enyere ha aka so ana m ekene ya o wee meghekwa anyị anya ka ị mara ụdị ndị ha na ụmụ gị na-ayị kedu na ife mmadụ ji sikọta n'ụwa ụwa Chineke chara ọ bụrụ sọ mma ụfọdụ wee hụrụ ntutu taa na aya eme ụwa bụrụ ụwa anya mmiri ụwa ntọ ife anyị nọzi n'ime ya taa na-ekirikiri ụmụazị ọ sị na ọ ji gịnị nwanne moto ọ chọrọ ịgba na ọ ya rute udeki mgbe obere nwa erubọ ma ruo na 12 years nwatakịrị bịa na-ayọ ya ha mụrụ na mmaja ka a na-amaja ha nwatakịrị bịa na-ayọ ya mana inene ya anya mmiri agba gị kedu anya nwatakịrị ahụ ejefu nwa ma ha na-abọ nachi ya maka ọ yọkọtara ya ọjụ o ruo ka a chọrọ igbuzi nyanwa obere akwa ọ na-afụrụ na ogbu mmadụ ndụ na-agụ otu aka ọ dịkwa ndị ji mmadụ agwọ ọgwụ ego onye ọbụla na-ewere ife onye nwụrụ anwụ ọnwụ bịa gbakwa n'ọsọ ebe ọnwụ bịara onye ha dị gị mma ka irie nke ya ọnwụ bịa agbakwa n'ọsọ iji akwamozu ị na-azọ nri